Okay, welcome to this live Tarot of New York Sunday special edition. What a treat. Okay, let's write down here. This is about Okay, so today's live is about the weekly readings that I usually post on TikTok and on Instagram every Monday with some information, a few cards with what is going to happen through the week, what we need to pay attention to through the week, what may make us happy, or maybe something that we need to, stay away from. So we're going to give time to everybody to come in. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is a good time to do it because you can get the notification anytime I go live and I do readings, free cards, weekly, weekend readings, things like that, and other information. And another couple of housekeeping topic. You need to follow on TikTok because there's a lot going on there as well. You want to get all the videos that I post there, and you want to follow on Instagram to get the daily cards every day of the week except for Sunday. So 6 days a week you get a free card. That's pretty good. So you can go ahead there and follow me there to get all that good stuff. And then what else? Oh yeah, the newsletter. Guys, you need to be on the newsletter, so subscribe to that. The best thing to do that is by sending me a message through my website. You just type subscribe or any hello, whatever you want, and I will add you to the mailing list. It is only going out once a month, so I don't, overwhelm you with endless information, endless things that you're probably not going to read. And when I get too many of those emails, I don't read them. So I think that once a month is fair because it gives me the opportunity to give you all the information that you need. Special topics, special opportunities, special VIP rates for readings, all things like that you only get through the mailing list. So if you're not there, go on tarotofnewyork.com, subscribe to the mailing list, send me a message there so you can get all the good things. Also, that will give you the opportunity to ask questions and to receive all the updates if there's things that I do on other channels or on other platforms. I am going to send notifications there as well, and so that's important. But mostly I found that people want to get all the goodies, extra readings, or especially the vouchers and the discount codes, the VIP rates for the readings. I see that I did that for last month. It went really great. I got booked really fast. So you want to be there so you can take advantage of that. If you have questions, also, if you have questions about the lives and things that we do here, and we don't have time to cover them through the live, if you are on the mailing list, we can do that from there. You just send me a message there and we clarify, send more information through that channel. So do that. I'm going to write it here. There you go. That's what you need to do. Perfect. So, okay, we're going to wait until exactly 5 minutes into the live, and then we're going to start with the cards of next week. I just drew them. It's going to be exciting. It's a very interesting week. It's something that came up, and I found very interesting. So that's why I'm here. I wanted to talk about it a little bit deeper with you guys. Also, when we're here doing the lives, you can ask questions about the cards that are coming up, about the week or the weekend, because this is your opportunity to have clarifications that otherwise, if you just look at the video on Instagram or on TikTok, you may not get that opportunity to ask questions on how the card specifically pertains to your situation. So we are going to have the chance of doing that over here during the live. So, okay, we are at 5 minutes. It's time to start. And so the first card that came up for Monday, it is the Chariot. Wow, the Chariot is such a fun card to have. First of all, it's a positive one because we see number 7, lucky number 7. That's usually a lucky number, is considered a positive, successful number. So the fact that we start with that, Monday is starting with a bang, is starting really strong on the positive energy. Also, the Chariot is a card that indicates victory. Victory, taking charge of a situation, be the person in control. So 2 things to keep in mind for Monday, since we have this card. Thing number 1 is you are in control of what is happening on Monday, so don't feel like things are just gonna come at you without you expecting them, or they're going to surprise you or create difficulties. No, you are creating your destiny on Monday. You are really in charge of creating everything about that day. And so you can make it good or bad, but I have a hunch that you're going to make good of it. Another thing with this card, the Chariot, you can be confident, and you should be extremely confident, that everything that you do and you're taking care of on Monday is going to turn out in a success. So that's the thing. We have lucky number 7, so you're already starting with that energy. You're in charge of what is happening, what you're doing, and with the confidence that you put into, you're pretty much guaranteed that whatever you do is going to turn out to be fantastic. So very, very much looking forward for Monday because of these reasons. So one of my favorite cards, definitely the Chariot. I do like it. So we're watching it right now. This is the one JJ Swiss tarot deck. Is a very old tarot deck, and I love to do the weekly readings with this. And this is the Rider-Waite version, which is a more common and popular, and so everybody pretty much knows this picture over here. So Monday, the Chariot. Wow. Okay. So moving on, if there are no questions about Monday, we can move to Tuesday. And Tuesday is where it gets interesting. Now, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Tuesday. Jupiter. Wow. What is Jupiter? So two things to keep in mind here. Make sure that the light is good. I can see you guys on TikTok and see it well, but you guys on YouTube may have some reflections. Okay, here we go. So 2 things very important here with Jupiter. Number 5 is the number of open energy, of creation, of things flowing wildly. So very exciting number, very exciting card to have on Tuesday. So we're starting already with Monday, with getting things going, getting things rolling, in charge, and really making things happening. Now 5 on Tuesday, we have this strong energy flowing all over the place. And now, I think it's funny, this picture that they have in the JJ Swiss deck, because you see Jupiter is kind of like sitting down, just looking around, just waiting around for things to happen. Well, what this means is that today, on Tuesday, you can't sit around and just wait for things to happen. You took charge on Monday very well. Tuesday is the day to really get the momentum, keep the momentum going, keep things flowing, because they keep happening. So you don't want to be the passive recipient of things that happen. You want to stay in charge. You want to stay on top of it. So that's the reminder here. Now in the Rider-Waite deck, that card, the number 5, the 5th major arcanum, is the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you see, it's sort of like this spiritual leader, pope figure, what does this mean? Two things in general come associated with this card. One is that you can be of guidance to others, so you can provide guidance. You can also remember to follow the rules, but not necessarily, since it's a number 5 and things are flowing pretty freely. But the other thing is, by taking charge like you started on Monday, you continue to do this on Tuesday, you are working towards your success. So it's another very positive day that we're getting on Tuesday. Beginning of the week is going to be the bomb. Monday, chariot, winner, lucky. Tuesday, keep the momentum going, do things. You're successful. Don't sit around and waiting for things to happen. Just, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, because it is going to be fantastic. Now, feel free to say hi. If you have any questions about these cards that are coming out, things that are happening to you, you want to know how they're going to pertain to your particular situation, go ahead and do this here in the chat, and we'll get to that particular question. Otherwise, we move on to the next card that is going to be Wednesday. So once again, Monday, the Chariot, awesome positive energy. And Tuesday, we have Jupiter or the Hierophant, depending which deck you use, but it's kind of like the same thing. So very strong positive things, keeping the energies moving, flowing, keeping things going, and keep staying in charge. You are going to be a winner this beginning of the week. Now, before we get to Wednesday, we're going to repeat a couple of things. Number one, this recording of this live, if you miss it, you can watch it in the recorded version. I think it's going to be on the channel tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow, about 24 hours after the live. So you can look at that. Otherwise, you can just check on my TikTok or Instagram, and you get the summary of these cards. There's going to be the video in the grid with the summary of these cards. Remember to subscribe here to the channel on YouTube, because we are going to get a lot of more content. Once we get a certain number, there's going to be perks and new gift and things like that we're going to give out. So you want to be there. So make sure you do that, and you subscribe to the mailing list that goes out once a month and has all the VIP rates, VIP content that only the people on the mailing list are going to get. So you want to be there. All right, so let's move on. We are going to Wednesday. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that this week is going to be a little bit intense. And so we started very positive energy on Monday and Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, we're actually starting to see things getting a little bit tougher in a way. Three of Swords. Wow. Three of Swords is a card that usually get people scared because, well, swords in general indicate problems and difficulties. And the Three of Swords is a card for separations, for hard things to happen. And so, yeah, I get it that, a lot of people don't like to see it. But you know what? That such is life. Things happen, and you can go with it. You can, handle them, or you can be a victim of them. So I don't like people to be victims. So as long as you know that this is coming, it's going to be a tough day, you can actually handle it the best way you can. Tough day is going to come whether we see it before or not. So there's so much we can do. Now, one thing to keep in mind here for Wednesday. So it's not just, it's going to be a bad day. It's going to be a day where we are going to be called to separate ourselves from situations, from things that are no longer useful for our lives, that are no longer, in our path of growth. So, and that's the difficult part. It's not just like misfortune, bad luck, or anything like that. It's just like, it is time to make a decision. This is working, we keep doing it. This is not working, we have to let it go. So that's the hard part. A lot of people don't like to do that, me included, but sometimes we have to. So this is what's the hard part of Wednesday. We're just gonna have to let go of things, probably situations that are no longer good for our growth, no longer good for our path. So keep that in mind. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just going to be a little bit difficult. So, okay, that's Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday. And Thursday is another tough card. The Tower. Oh gosh. Okay, so don't be scared. The Tower is another one of those cards that usually show up in the, when there's some drama happening, some tough situations, some situation where we're like, oh my god, I wish I wasn't playing today. I wish I just stayed home in bed. Thank you for joining over there on TikTok. I see you guys, and you guys on YouTube as well. If you want to ask questions about the cards that are coming out, feel free to do that in the chat box. We are going to get as much information as we can. The goal of this live is to go a little bit deeper in these cards as opposed to just watching the little review that I do on Monday with the little video that comes out on TikTok and on Instagram on Monday. So this is the chance to ask questions. That's why we are doing this today, okay? So go ahead. We are already at Thursday, which is the last card that I pulled for the weekly reading, because Friday already falls into the weekend. So we'll get that in the next section. Not today. So we're going to look at when I do the draws for the weekend. So Thursday, the Tower. Okay, one of those tough cards, one of those cards that people don't like, one of those cards that are happening for a reason. They are there because they're indicating we need to disrupt something, we need to destroy something from our patterns, from our habits, from our life, our way of doing things, in order to rebuild something new that is better. So it's not just another one of a bad day in general. No, it is a card that indicates, okay, today you're going to break down these bad habits that you have, because tomorrow we're going to start to rebuild on this and we're going to make it better. So don't be afraid of the Tower. You see, it's pretty dramatic in all the pictures. Actually, the JJ Swiss here is a little bit nicer in a way. When we have the right away, there's lightnings, fires, all kind of crazy things happening that we don't want to deal with. So Thursday, so Wednesday, we already saw the beginning. We need to separate ourselves from situation and things that are no longer good for our growth. Thursday, we are really breaking down the whole building that is not working anymore. It needs to go down, because on Friday we're going to have to start building the new positive things. So pretty tough one, but not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, when we have intense cards like this, like the Three of Swords, the Tower, they're hard, but it's because we don't want to do the work. So it's a fact that we have to get out of this laziness and just expecting things to always go well for us, because you know what, we need to be in charge. And I think this directly we reconnect with the theme that we saw at the beginning of the cards, when we saw the Chariot at the beginning on Monday that came out, the Chariot. That's the card of being in charge, be the leader. Everything you do is going to be a winning situation. Well, this is part of it. The Tower is part of that. It's part of being in charge. It's part of taking charge of the situation. In this case, it means we need to be in charge of breaking down the habit, breaking down the situation that is not good, so that we can rebuild it. So it may not be a good day, it may not be pleasant, it may not be fun, but you know what? It's part of the work. And actually, who said it's not going to be fun? Who doesn't like to break down things? Take it that way. So I'm starting to like this card. I have a video on YouTube where I talk about the scary cards in the tarot, and this is one of them, the Tower, because it's one of those cards that are usually pretty dramatic, and people get scared when they see a building crumbling down. But even in that video, remember, I was telling that it is just a step to the next level, to bring us to the next level, to the next phase of our life. And right now, as we reflect on this card, I think that it's going to go from the pile of the scary cards to the pile of the fun cards. So let's start to look at the Tower as actually the fun breaking down, exploding things that are, not meant to be, and we just, break things down and we have fun doing it. So let's start thinking about it this way. So we started seeing this card as the hard one of difficult things to do. Let's transform it in the fun things to do. So think about it this way. Okay. Any question about any of these cards that came up for next week? You can answer the question in the chat box. And thank you, everybody, for joining on TikTok and on YouTube. It is a pleasure being here with you guys. Remember to follow on TikTok and on Instagram, and here subscribe to the YouTube channel. Very important, because the lives are only going on up here, and you want to get the notification when I'm live, so you can be here, you can ask questions, you can see all the contents that we put out right away. So once again, very intense week. Let's take a look briefly before we close today. So we start Monday with the Chariot, very intense card that tells us to take charge and be the leader in our life. Also, everything we do is going to be a success, so you want to do that. Tuesday, Jupiter, also the Hierophant. Don't sit around and wait for things to happen. You're still in charge of making things happen, and you're going to be successful if you take care of it. Wednesday, we start to get into the situation where we need to let go of things that are no longer good for us. So it may not be the easiest thing to do, but it is necessary. And if you do that, it's going to be much better afterwards. Thursday, the Tower, we just talked about it for a few minutes. Finish breaking down the structures in your life that are no longer good and that they need to go down. Have fun doing that as much as possible, because after that, we're going to rebuild a new, positive, and successful life. So pretty good overall, even though we have some cards that can be referred to as a little bit scary sometimes. So this is for next week. If you missed this live, you can still get the summary tomorrow going out on TikTok and on Instagram. So be there, Tarot of New York. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel for all new things that are going to come up. Once we reach a certain number, there's going to be a lot of perks going out for the subscriber, so you want to be a subscriber. And then go on the mailing list, send me a message on tarotofnewyork.com so I can add you to the mailing list, and you can get the information that I send out once a month with VIP rates, specific card specials, and all type of new things that are coming out there. So this is it for now. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you next time.